All right, we're back to doing another sparring breakdown. We're gonna do a little breakdown of me rolling with my student Aaron. I'm the black belt on the left. Aaron's the blue belt, and we're gonna kind of have like a more of a high pace, more kind of a flowy roll here. I'm just trying to run some diagnostics basically on Aaron's game. I'm going to match his intensity, so starting off at a very flowy pace, but the more Aaron starts to move, I'm going to turn it up. And yeah, we're going to keep it mostly at kind of a flowy pace. I really wanted a roll focused more on movement from him, as that's kind of like one of the things I want him to work on more, is being more active in his movement, more playful with his game, and working on being less tense. Aaron has a tendency to use a lot of strength, and his technique kind of goes out the window when that happens. I just finished him with a wrist lock. It was hard to see on the camera, but I remember from the roll, that was the first submission I got, was that wrist lock from there. There's going to be a couple submissions through this roll, some good transitions and stuff. We'll go back after we kind of finish going through the main video, and then I'll break down the submissions that I thought were interesting that we could learn from. So yeah, some nice transitions here. I hit a nice leg over pass here off from my leg drag position. Start circling behind. Again, just trying to get Aaron to kind of open up more with his movement. We're starting to see some good progress from him. I hit a nice little armbar attempt there. Aaron does a good job pulling his arm free. I'm trying to get Aaron to be a little bit better at escaping in side control and escaping the back, the turtle position. Those are kind of like two of my main focuses that I'm working on with him. Again, like my goal here is not to hit like a ton of submissions. My goal is more to get Aaron moving through as many positions as possible. See me coming up on a single here. Aaron conceded to that single. It's a big habit I'm trying to break of his, is just giving up the submissions and giving up positions. Like, I shouldn't have had that single. He should have been basing longer. So one of the things we're trying to work on. Again, I'm just kind of pinning the legs here, staying heavy enough where I'm making things hard for him, but not too heavy where he can't move. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to block the exits and be a bit more playful with my own movement. It's a good example of me just kind of sitting here, staying heavy on, or like staying in unorthodox positions, kind of allowing some unpredictable scrambles to happen. That's basically like what I need to create for my own jiu-jitsu to improve, right? Is go move into positions that aren't commonly played from for myself, so I can create some scrambles and stuff. Aaron doing a great job here of working some guard recovery. He ended up using a little too much strength there, so I just finished real quick with a paper cutter choke. Again, like me, really trying to keep him honest in these rolls of maintaining that intensity at the right speed. So when these guys start going real hard, I'm just tapping them right away, just so they can see the difference of the two paces. But he's doing a good job, you know. Like, especially at blue belt, you can't expect to be perfect with exercises like this. Just giving him a chance to kind of grow and learn a little bit more, up his game, bring it up to that next level, you know. Aaron doing a good job controlling from the front headlock here, and he had a really nice position for guillotine. He just didn't lock his hands before he pulled back, and then he just put himself in a really compromised position. So like, these are kind of like the errors that were reoccurring that we're seeing with Aaron that I'm trying to get him to work on a little bit more. And I think it's really going to kind of help improve his jiu-jitsu once he kind of gets used to seeing some of these holes. Again, Aaron moving back into closed guard. Looking for that 2-on-1 control. Starts moving into an armbar. Again, just like not having good grips on his armbar entry, I think is the other thing really hurting him. He's just like controlling at the end of the sleeves. And using a lot of bench pressing, relying heavily on bench pressing to create space. Again, me just kind of pinning here, moving to me on belly. Rolls to his knees. Again, me just kind of circling here. Again, Aaron bridging to escape. Does a good job recovering his knee, moving back into close guard. So like whenever Aaron does a good job, I kind of reward him for the space that he earns, you know, like so when he does a good close guard recovery, I'll give him an opportunity to attack from close guard. And as long as his attacks are clean, I'll let him finish him, or at least open up for another transition. Like he did a good job there of switching from armbar to triangle. I went on my triangle escape. Again, him going back on the same armbar. Nice attempt here. Again, me stacking, just making things hard for him. I let him roll me through. I start peeling. Aaron starts going to mount. We got through the spot, which was pretty good. I was trying to coach him through this position, saying it's like a good opportunity for him to switch to chokes, but he stayed really fixated on going for the armbar, so I didn't let him have it. We started running out of space, so we just reset. Again, I'm being a bit harder on Aaron for these rolls, just trying to force some change of behavior, help him improve his jiu-jitsu a little bit more. Again, this roll's a bit more fast-paced, and again, like me not hunting necessarily a lot of submissions to finish here, more just kind of letting Aaron move and me moving around his game and taking advantage of submissions when they come. And at this point, like he's getting too narrow-minded, so I'm not letting him have the armbar anymore. I want him to work for other things. Again, like a blue belt should have more in his arsenal than just an arm lock. I think it's important that like you need to have like a dynamic range of techniques in close guard. It can't just be the same setup every time. And we see him doing a good switch here, so he's switching to collar and sleeve now. Just too shallow of a collar grip. Didn't really commit to his triangles, so instead put himself in a stack position. We see him go to turtle. Does a great job escaping the back here. Doing a good job framing as he comes up. Starts reaching for the leg, but lets it go. And I get him to come into the single, and we finish with the Kimura. So yeah, nice roll with Aaron. Just like really kind of like transitional based roll, you know? It's like kind of somewhere in between a flow roll and a regular roll is what I was kind of looking for with him. And he does a good job. I wanted to go back. The only real submission we saw was the paper cutter choke, which I've broken down a few times. You guys have seen in other videos. I think it should be around here. Sorry, I didn't keep the timestamp for this one, guys. You have to bear with me a little bit. Remember, it was after this arm lock, so I go for the armbar attempt. We'll just have to go back a little bit here. Apologies for not having the exact moment saved for you guys, but bear with me. I go to come up with a single, to keeping that 2-on-1 wrist control. Yeah, it's around this. It's Aaron concedes to the sweep, or the single leg, and this is what kind of gives me the green light to turn the corner here. And I give him a little chance here to work. He's doing a good job with the underhook, bridging, looking for space. We'll see the mistake he made, so that leaves his neck open. So yeah, I let him kind of start recovering his guard. Triangle attempt. Again, me hitting a stack pass. Sitting, getting heavy. Some nice movement here. I think it's around here. Yes, it's around this point. That was the first attempt for it. You saw my hand go for the paper cutter there for a second. It's here. So he forces back in 3/4. He turns his hip. So yeah, we can break that down here. So what we'll do, let's go back just a little bit. Okay, so from 3/4 mount, you see Aaron has like a nice butterfly hook here. So he's starting to kind of recover his guard, get some good position. Kind of right idea with the hook, like bringing the hook inside wasn't the worst thing for him to do. But the problem is the more he tries to elevate with this hook, the more he tries to kick this leg forward and in this direction, the more it's actually going to kind of lift me in the direction of side control, because all I need to do is circle to the left and he's going to give me the pass. So when he lifts, he's actually kind of elevating me, and you see him push in the direction I needed to go for my pass. So now it's going to be really easy for me to slide down to my hip. I'm going to move the cursor so you guys can see a little bit better. And I slide through, and you can see already his hands aren't ready to defend the choke. My hand's already inside. You see me just reaching across here to secure my grip, and I'll pick it up real easy. This other hand is going to need to cross down and under to get the underhook on the near side so I can finish the choke. And yeah, you see that happen right away. Things I look to do anytime I do a paper cutter choke is always elbow to the floor, and then I open this elbow up over and around his head. I want to bring it in that direction, and that's what's going to apply heavy pressure for the choke. This other hand, I want to ideally get it in so deep that I can grab his collar. We'll see if I can quite reach the space that I need to make that work. I just finished with a hand underneath on the arm. It was enough positioning I needed to get the finish, and that's how we finish with the paper cutter choke. Again, paper cutter choke is becoming more and more one of my favorite submissions. I don't know why it comes up for me so much more now, but it's still just such a solid technique. If you guys aren't using it, please make an effort to use it. Incorporate it into your game. So yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Appreciate you all watching and the support. And yeah, enjoy. Now go train.